beside shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh I like down in a green pastures. Him leadeth I beside still water them. Him restoreth I soul. Him leadeth I in the path of righteousness for him name's sake. Yea! Though I RASTA go walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil, for thy rod and thy staff them comforted I and I. Unu prepare a table before I in the presence of our enemy them. Unu anointed I head with no oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy I go follow I all the days of our life. I go dwell in the house of the Lord God. Jah, Kadamawi. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, and here we speak truth to power. Here we don't criticize, but if we must, we do it only on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. In case you never knew, this is the headquarters of the truth. Black Empire TV, and the program is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, and here we speak truth to power. Certainly. And my name, Black Rasta. Now, in every traditional African home, there is a black pot, and each time this black pot sits on the fire, there is something super sumptuous cooking, ingredients of so many different types, shapes and sizes, aromas, and even flavors. Put aside all their differences and relocate into the black pot, where they are subjected to some good amount of heat, and at the end of the day, they produce food. In all its sumptuousness and palatability for the nourishment of the family. That is why we say, here we do the same thing. We bring ideas from all walks of life, pick up the best, the creme de la creme, slap that on our problems for solutions. This is the voice of the people, and the voice of the people is certainly the voice of God. I apologize for the late start of the show. We're going to run fast so we can catch up with the time. Oh yes, please share the broadcast. We are live on Facebook and also live on YouTube. Oh gosh. My brother, my sister, this is the voice of the people and is the headquarters of the truth. Pick up our numbers rolling on the screen and do business with us. We love to do business with you and spread your message across the world. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, and here we speak truth to power. Story number 1. Now, the very first story we are looking at today says Kayayei University rejected. Wow. Kayayei University rejected. Kayayei University rejected. My brother, my sister. Kayayei University rejected. Now, when we say Kayayei, what are we talking about? Head pottage. That is what is happening right there. People carry loads on their heads at the market when traders come in to buy foodstuffs and so on and so forth. They carry all this and go all the way to their cars or wherever they want this to be carried to. Mostly those who do that come from the northern part of Ghana. And because of that, we had a vice president in the last regime before John Dramani Mahama came into power, who promised that he was going to build a certain training facility in Accra. And that training facility was going to take care of all these head porters, aka the Kayayei, as we call them in Ghana. My brother, my sister, this is supposed to be the building. In fact, we were told that it was finally done just around the election time, maybe for votes, but it did not help the party in power. They were still kicked out of power and said bye-bye too. Somebody is opposing the Kayayei University. And he's no other person than the Northern Regional Minister. This is the man, Uncle John. He is not happy about the university. I call it the university because that is where the Kayayei people are supposed to go for training. And if they train properly, they can even go all the way to the university level. It's supposed to be a vocational training center. Or were there some hidden facts about this that never came out? This is from Ghana Web, and it says, Northern Regional Minister kicks against Bawumia's Kayayei Training Center project. Now, the Northern Regional Minister, Ali Adolf John, has opposed the initiative by former Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia to establish a training center for Kayayei at Medina, Accra. According to a report by gbcghanaonline.com, the minister rubbished the concept, arguing that it would only promote migration of young girls from the northern regional sector, in fact, to the capital city, Accra. He indicated that the young girls are needed in their local communities, and hence such projects could rather be situated in their hometowns. I'm strongly against promoting Kayayei in Accra because we need our girls at home, he reiterated. He indicated that such projects will best serve the purpose if the beneficiaries were within their local communities. He also noted that the government could cover the cost of training and promote the necessary equipment to support the development of the girls. The minister further drew from his own experience of augmenting his income with money he made from menial jobs while he was still studying at the technical school. According to him, he even recruited his peers to join him, and it helped them to raise money to pay their own school fees without asking their parents. Even I gathered my boys, and we worked while still in school. Some of them were even able to pay their school fees to the point that when they got home to visit their parents, they would tell them they were not coming for money because their fees had already been paid. They were only paying their parents a visit. His comments fall on the back of the launch of the Kayayei Empowerment Training Center by former Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia on May 21, 2024 at Medina in Accra. That's it away. So it was launched for me for political reasons because the Vice President was so much attacked for promising to build the Kayayei University, which he couldn't until it was time for election. He had used that as a propaganda tool. My brother, let common sense come to play. If the people who are engaged in this Kayayei most of the time are from the north, why situate the Kayayei University in Accra? In fact, I have nicknamed it the Kayayei University, but the true name is the Kayayei Training Center. My brother, my sister, where are the vocational schools? Why should this one be specifically dedicated to Kayayei? Is it just to brand it derogatively, or what exactly? Is it political? What they are going to study right there at the so-called Kayayei University is not different from what they will be learning in the numerous vocational institutes we have in Ghana. So why name it Kayayei Training Center? My brother, granted, why should it be located in Accra? The people have to travel all the way to Accra, which is the same thing we are trying to fight. Urban migration. Rural, urban migration. They will leave the farm work, leave all the schools, and come to Accra in order to engage in Kayayei. They've already made up their minds that this is what they are coming for. If you want to nip it in the bud, what do? You stop them from traveling, give them the requisite training so that when they even find themselves in Accra, the capital, they will be doing something more productive than just carrying a load. My brother, my sister, it is sad. This is the only part of the world, Africa, where we still see people carrying things like donkeys. When you go to India, they carry them on trucks. When you go to China, they carry them in carts. When you go to Jamaica, they carry them in carts that they call the hand carts. In England, they have a way of carrying these things. But in our country, we are still so primitive. People have to carry this on their heads. My brother, and the sad thing is, after carrying these things for so many years, look right in the middle of the heads of all these beautiful girls who do that. There's a big circle there. There's a name we call it in the north. I'm not going to popularize it on this show because it's a sad phenomenon. Go out there and look at all the Kayayes. You can tell how long they've been doing this head portraiture by looking at the middle of their heads. No hair. Everything is gone. Artificial bald head. And if the glory of the woman is her hair, and this is what they come to do, that dehumanizes them. If you get to know how much they are paid for dehumanizing themselves, you'll be shocked. A lot of them get raped because they sleep outside. A lot of them catch diseases that have no cure. Some of them become so hopeless, they are ready to just throw away their lives. My brother, in order to curb this, give them the requisite training so they can get proper employment. Kayayei must be banned. And you know how we can ban it? Let us zone our markets properly. Let there be tracks in the markets, at least, so that some small miniature trains, small miniature ones, can at least move from one point to the other. There will be an operator sitting on these miniature trains like those that we see in the children's parks. When you buy anything and you want to carry it from one part of the market to the other, name all those portions. Gate 1, gate 2, gate 3, gate 4. So that when you put them in these miniature trains, they can move to wherever you want to go. And then this can be handpicked into the carts. That is the way a civilized society behaves. Not denying young girls of education and proper employment and throwing them into the face of rape and abuse. A lot of these girls, and I dare say because I come from the region, my brother, they go there in order to make some small money to come home and get married. A lot of them go to Accra, work so hard, get raped, come home with damnable diseases. My brother, my sister, with that circle in the middle of their heads, with enough money to buy bleaching creams in preparation for their marriage. It's sad, my brother. For bleaching creams and a few yards of GTP clothing and cloths for their amaria, they will come to Accra and dehumanize themselves. And because we are a nation that loves traveling no matter where, when they travel outside their homes and return home, they are heroes and heroines. Kayayei must be banned. Let's be a civilized people. When you go into our markets, it's so choked. In fact, you can't even find space for your foot. You have to walk on one foot, hopping like a crippled fowl. We must make sure that we have at least some created spaces that these miniature trains can pass within and outside. The market can be choked, whatever it is, but we must find a way to move goods like that in these miniature trains. This is not difficult to fix. But for lack of common sense, our people perish. I support this minister, Adolf John, who is saying that he is against this Kayayei University. Improve all these vocational institutes. When you ban Kayayei, these ladies will not come and do Kayayei. They will make sure that they get some kind of skills, vocational skills, before they even venture out. And these vocational institutes must be free. We will not see the benefit until after a few years. When people can get free vocational training, you can imagine what they can give to the society. Carpentry, masonry, painting, and so on and so forth. Oh, Jesus. For lack of wisdom, our people perish. What do you think about it? This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushono. And here we speak truth to power. But even with that, Kayayei is far better than prostitution. There are a lot of other girls who come in. And because they are innocent, right now, all the Ashawo loving men are looking for innocent girls. A lot of girls come from Nigeria, Calabar. Some come from Togo. And the innocent ones come from the north. No education, nothing. They have just been told that when they sleep with men, they will make money in Accra. And because their home folk are not in Accra to see them, they come here and stand by the road wearing something that has been designed for them. They stand there and men take them for a ride and give them diseases and peanuts. My brother, if you want to see the level of a nation or how a nation thinks, look at the welfare of its citizenry. It's the Black Pot, aka Kokoshonamo. And here we speak truth to power. But we return, we got more. My name, Blakk Rasta. Hey! Hey! Wayo! It's the Black Pot, aka Kokoshonamo, and here we speak truth to power. My name, Blakk Rasta. Keep your comments coming in. We're going to be taking them pretty soon. Next story. All right. E-Levy dead at last. Thanks so much to President John Dramani Mahama. He has kept his word. In fact, the president has impressed me, and he keeps impressing me every day. I met with the president a few weeks back, and he told me, Blakk Rasta, you know what? It's all about the legacy that we have to leave behind. It's all about Ghana. I know you are a man who believes in patriotism. I'm not going to disappoint you. My brother, my sister, let us all support this president and stop all the unnecessary partisan politics. I believe that if this president continues like this, one day we shall build a statue for him. Oh yes, a statue of honor. Now, because of this demonic, dirty E-Levy, the Nana Akufo-Addo government is going to hell with all the cohorts of the party who supported this demonic levy. It's one of the dirty legacies. In fact, one of the albatrosses of the past regime. Never shall we vote for a short man again. My brother, I am angry every time I talk about this dirty E-Levy. You know what it was all about? Any transaction done using the wires, you would pay your phone and more. And they wanted to be able to pass it in Parliament. And in order to make us vote for this demonic levy, they told us that if we did not agree to vote for it, they would have to go to the World Bank in order to be able to borrow money. My brother, my sister, the IMF was standing by. So Ghanaians started to fret. We didn't want to go to the IMF. Neither did we want to go to the World Bank because we had saddled our citizenry with so much debt. We didn't want a repetition. My brother, because it was a hung parliament, they needed the majority in parliament to vote for this E-Levy. You know what they did? Even their members of parliament who were sick and on life support in the hospitals, they brought them in ambulances. The ambulances were waiting outside the parliament house to vote You see how a man can love his party to the point of risking his life. Yet they didn't love the country. They brought in Agyapong in a chartered flight. Agyapong, who was having a major brain surgery, to come and vote for this demonic levy. And another guy in Canada. My brother, all the jingoisms and gymnastics, they went through and they passed this E-Levy. A few weeks after passing the E-Levy, they forgot the promise they made us. They went to the IMF and saddled us with a $3 billion debt. We have never forgiven them for that. My brother, Mahama was in opposition. He saw how the average Ghanaian was so burdened. As if that was not enough, they brought in a dirty animal to mate with the E-Levy called the DDEP, Domestic Debt Exchange Program. What was it all about? The money that I've given to the Ghanaian government to buy bonds and all that. The bond market. I'm going to take my dividends and so on and so forth. Government says we don't have money. You were supposed to get your money next year. Now you get it in 25 years, whether you like it or not. What is worse? What is a worse form of authoritarianism and dictatorship than this? Is financial authoritarianism and dictatorship. A lot of those people, in fact, retirees, have died and visited early graves. Some are battling with terminal illnesses, all because of this dirty DDEP. My brother, my sister, it is so sad. This was what we went through. And they passed the E-Levy. Mahama in opposition saw all this, and he promised that if voted into power, he would scrape it. And he did. This is the paper. He signed it today, and it came out as breaking news. And you can see Mahama is looking better than he was a few months back. All because now he's settled, and look at all the people around him. Tekpe, I can see Tekpe and all those people there. All of them trying to tell him, Mr. President, you know what? Ghana is proud of you. It came in as breaking news on Ghana Web. E-Levy, betting tax, others officially gone as president ascends to repeal. My brother, my sister, Ghana Web Business understands that President John Dramani Mahama has fulfilled a key campaign promise by signing into law amended bills that abolish the electronic transfer levy, aka E-Levy, betting tax, emissions levy, and amongst others. This action, completed on April 2, that's today, 2025, follows the passage of a resolution in Parliament to abolish these taxes. Dash it away. Mr. President, I want to say thank you so much. Continue in this state. You are going in the right direction. Don't be distracted. I'm going to leave you with one proverb. They say, if a man on a mission stops by every barking dog, he will never reach his destination. You are on a mission. You know where you are going. Forget about the dogs that are barking. If you want to stop by and say, wait, hey, shh, to every dog, you might arrive, but late, when all is done. Is the Blakk Pot, aka Kokoshonamo, where we speak truth to power, is the headquarters of the truth. When we return, we'll be taking your messages, and then we'll take the last story, and we are done for the day. Hey! Why? Wayo!
will show them.
Port, aka Kokoshodum, where we speak truth to power. My name, Blakk RASTA. Please share the broadcast and do business with us. Our numbers are scrolling on the screen. Yes, we are streaming live and color from the capital of Ghana, Accra. The messages. Zacha Emmanuel says, welcome, Daddy. Ras Osaje Fudu Abel, Tindan Doro, Egoma Doro, Yinzor Bill. He says, welcome and Bodja people. Rap Thunder says, you are welcome, legendary. Blakk, the youth father. Always love you, legendary. Heshi Bache TV says, welcome, Blakk. Welcome back, Blakk RASTA. Barry Buxton says, all hail the king. Thank you. Rap Thunder says, God loves you more than we do. Always speaking the truth without any fear. MashaAllah. Francis Ampim says, more fire. Black truth needs to be told, speaking truth to power every time. Dari D. Francis says, good evening, Blakk RASTA. You are the best. Thank you. Alsani says, the man Blakk. Mumuni Ali says, Blakk RASTA, keep the fire burning. James Mawunyo Yevu says, good evening, Blakk. Woyoy, Mark Romeo Fori says, respect Professor Blakk. James Mawunyo Yevu says, well said, Northern Regional Minister. Pat Awo says, well said, Blakk RASTA. Thank you, beautiful one. Omai Banana Nyansa Yene Angwa says, woyoy, watching you live from Equiapin Mampo. Reginald, Job Messenger, Legend Luciano. Rasta for life. Omaiba Nananya Sayiniang says, Blakk, E-Levy was a scam to steal from the poor. I thank God there is a thinking president who was the poor and the average Ghanaian at heart. Thank you so much. I agree with you. Even Bawumia said that E-Levy should never be something that should happen because it was the poor that mostly used, in fact, the so-called Momo in Ghana. And they ended up campaigning against their own policies in the lead up to the election. They lost. Okay. Tunde Jiwa says, I'll give you your flowers. Darula says, fire. Ose Prempeh the second says, Blakk, you are the mouthpiece of the voiceless. Keep the fire burning. Ya Oduro Ntimuyama says, Africa shall surely rise again. Blakk RASTA. Live from Zurich, Switzerland. Yes, Yaudro. I believe that and I support that. All right, so let's take the last story. It's going to last only 5 minutes and we are done. All right. Kennedy Agyepong strikes Bawumia again. You know Kennedy Agyepong? In fact, the only thing Bawumia knows how to do better than Kennedy Agyepong is dancing. When you see Kennedy Agyepong dancing, it looks like they've connected electricity into his anal cavity. He's shaking as if he has popo bli. At least Bawumia dances offbeat. Kennedy Agyepong dances as if he is being electrocuted. Oh gosh. Maybe in the days of electric boogie, he would have made a splendid dancer. Kennedy Agyepong. You know him, right? You know Kennedy Agyepong. This is the man. He owns a TV station and a radio station. He's a powerful politician in Ghana. The self-acclaimed rich man. Okay. So people are angry with Kennedy Agyepong, his own party people. Why are they angry? Kennedy Agyepong scolded by some NPP supporters over religious comments against Dr. Bawumia. Run it. Some NPP supporters have reportedly reacted with anger following controversial remarks made by former Asin Central MP Kennedy Agyepong about the former Vice President of Ghana and 2024 NPP flag bearer Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Agyepong, who recently met with a group of lawyers in Kumasi to declare his intention to run for the NPP's flag bearer position again, claimed that Ghanaians rejected Dr. Bawumia at the December 7, 2024 elections due to his Muslim faith and ethnic background. His comments, however, have ignited a fierce backlash from some party members, with many taking to social media to condemn what they describe as divisive and inflammatory rhetoric. According to the report by onuaonline.com, several MPP supporters have accused Agyepong of undermining party unity especially as the party seeks to regroup ahead of the 2028 election. That should be. If this is what Kennedy Agyapong speaks, and I don't doubt it, because sometimes he makes senseless remarks like that. Sometimes he behaves as if there's no electricity in his brain. Elections are over. He meets with a group of lawyers allegedly in the Ashanti region, and he tells them, do you know why the people rejected Bawumia? Because he's Muslim, and at the same time, he's from the north. That's why they refused to vote for him. Such childish talk. He says he has money and he thinks money is wisdom. Such foolishness. And this was a guy who was called honorable. It's annoying, my brother. Is it only Christians who are in your party? It's the same thing another idiot called Alan Chemateng said, that Ghana needs a Christian leader. Divisive talk. And these people want to be president. This is the guy who wants to be the president of Ghana. A few days ago, he went to donate a lot of rice to the Muslim community. And you know what he told them? He has been with them all these years and he will continue to be with them, trying to even bring in Kudus Mohammed as a close friend of his. 2 days later, oh, they didn't vote for Bawumia because he's a Muslim and he's from the north. Such idiotic talks. Where is the common sense? Why are these people the politicians who want to be the leaders of the country? What are the wise people? Kennedy Agyapong is somebody I know. I've visited him a couple of times in his house, both in America and in Ghana. And anytime I visit him, he gives me something. He will make his wife cook for me to eat, which is good. Sometimes he gives me money. At least he's given me money once. And his wife has cooked for me once. I have visited him twice. And I respect that. But when it's about Ghana and common sense, we have to call a spade and not a long spoon. How could you speak like this? And if you don't get the flag bearership again, you cry that you've been cheated and that you bring down a showdown. It's all because of these stupid talks. It's not only Christians or Hindus who are in the NPP. There are Muslims. These are the bigots, tribal bigots who look down on ethnic groups in Ghana. And because of this, I've withdrawn my support for you about Kennedy Agyapong. You have to apologize. And even after that apology, I wonder if I will give you my support. You are a non-entity. I don't like this kind of comments at all. When we are thinking about uniting Ghana, some dirty rich guy, self-made rich guy, self-acclaimed rich guy, self-professed rich guy comes to tell us junk. If we all sit down for the nation to crash, it's not Kennedy alone who is going to die. Your children will die because of the foolish talk of some politicians. You have to fight them. They are not more powerful than you. Their power comes from you. All you need to do is to stand up and they will crash. Dash. It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kokoshonomo. And we are done. Shall we look at your final messages? And everything is everything. Well, from the MCR, it looks like they want us to go. We've spent so much time. If your final messages have not been read, please forgive us. We've run out of time. We want to always keep to time. Thank you so much. We appreciate you and we love you. It's been the Blakk Pot, aka Kokoshonomo, where we speak truth to power. Hey! Why? Wayo!